Giving a little chest this week, you know what I'm saying?
Don't tell me you ain't got no undershirt underneath that jacket.
Nah, G, my son said that. My son said that, you know what I'm saying? That's what the young niggas is doing now. You know what I'm saying?
Young niggas is raw dog and track jackets.
Nah, G, when your chest look as good as this chest, nigga, you could do that. You know what I'm saying? So,
we like know your shit itching, man.
He looked like that Russian nigga from
hold on.
Hey, I'm smooth as a pair of clams, G. There ain't a hair on this chest. I do look like one of them Serbian niggas in New York.
Look like the Albanian mob.
I like an Albanian mobster, G.
That nigga like gold jewels. Like holy moly donut shop.
Holy moly donut shop.
You eating, I was getting beating face ass.
Look at that. Dodo, where were you, Dodo? Hey man, fuck y'all, nigga. I'm rocking my chest out the whole show, nigga, with the collar pop, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
Hey,
you know what, man?
Alex told us I couldn't. He told me I couldn't say nigga no more, man.
Hey, I'm gonna just say.
I ain't saying you can't say nigga, but we need to like
look.
Nate, we are recording, right? Let's keep this shit going. We finna have this.
The big homies can't pop collars because it doesn't sit like a pop collar. No, what ends up happening is it ends up because the collar just spreads out and then it just looks sloppy. All right. Now you
don't make me zip my shit up.
You're gonna be playing with that zipper all night because
zip my shit up.
The show go on, that collar gonna get.
Hey, you was good, John. Don't let this.
I know. I'm an Albanian gangster, Jay. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Don't let him talk.
Pastrami sandwiches for everybody. Fuck is wrong with y'all?
Hey,
I'm pulling my sleeves up for this pod.
Cold cut, man.
Let's go.
I got a question, man.
I got a question.
I'm looking at myself on screen. And like
you don't look HD anymore, by the way.
No, but like, where did my eyebrows go? Like, I used to have like full eyebrows when I was younger, bro. They just like disappearing. Like, look how thin that shit is.
This
now,
nigga,
if you look like
Alex,
you ain't got no eyebrows neither. Nigga.
This nigga Alex transparent, G. Nigga, don't try to drag me in that shit with you, nigga. What is wrong with you?
Like, I think your eyebrows getting thinner as you get older, bro?
Nah, my shit get thicker, bro.
That's because that nigga light skinned, G. I think it's the way the light hit you, G.
Nah, Josh, the way the light hitting you, you definitely look browless.
You over there looking like
you looking like browless right now, G.
Hey, I easily have the best smile on the show though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what y'all niggas think. I easily got the nigga, big Doja over here, you know what I'm saying? Big Doja energy, you know what I'm saying? But look, don't hate on my dimples, G, you know what I'm saying? I easily got the best smile on the show. Like, we not gonna avoid that topic. Not gonna speed past that. Look at Nate. Nate want to get the visuals on him. Look at him. Look at him.
He started talking.
He's not talking so I can jump over there by him. He just over there saying little things like trying to get the visuals on him, man.
I don't even know my name no more. They keep calling me handsome. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they keep calling you. Nigga, they just keep calling me the albino rhino, G. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, hey. God. This motherfucker hit though. I might have to take this out for the weekend span, G. All right. Yeah.
Hey, I got a question.
Don't hate on it. Like, y'all got a lot of questions tonight. What's this question?
No, I mean, like, we have a woman on the pod tonight, man. So I like, do women officially like chest hair, or do they not like chest hair?
I personally don't. That shit look like taco meat.
We love hair, bro.
We're not talking about. I mean, it's different textures of chest hair. Because I can assure you, I personally don't have taco meat.
All right.
You got refined, fine hair, motherfucker. You got some Remy. You got some Brazilian. What kind of hair you got, my nigga? Permed?
This nigga Nate didn't put an S curl in his chest hair, man.
I got a wavy pattern, G. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
This nigga got a wavy pattern, G.
My shit ain't taco meat, bro.
Nigga,
I personally don't care for it, but it's not like it matters. It don't matter that.
Why is this nigga stripping on the show, G?
You definitely got taco meat.
Really?
He got the little nap balls.
Yeah, I saw that
from the t-shirt.
Little knick-knack.
He said that's from the t-shirt.
Shirt down.
He said that's from the t-shirt.
That's from the t-shirt, bro. The cotton hitting my skin is making it.
No, dog, them shits is naps, my nigga. Them is straight from the mountains of Africa, bro.
I got another question, man. Bro. Yeah, he over here.
Hey, freaky as hell right now.
Over here, girls going wild and I
like his sister ain't on the show. He freaky as hell.
Job, this is your fault, man. This what happened when you raw dog.
All I wanted to do was put on the track jacket. Like, I didn't know the track jacket was gonna bring this kind of energy, bro. I asked y'all niggas last week about the shorties wearing hoodies with no shirt underneath it. So I thought if the shorties could do it, I could do it too. So fuck it. Why not?
I ain't gonna hold you. It's a little warm in this basement. I'm definitely raw dog in a hoodie.
look, come on, man.
But it's because it's hot.
John has a history of raw dog and hoodies, man. But
yeah, I do. Yeah, in the summertime too. Yeah,
when he almost passed away
on the bicycle.
Yeah, man.
John, what's been going on? You still been biking, bro?
I don't want to lie to y'all, so no. No, I haven't.
Ever since that traumatic experience, you gave it up?
It wasn't then, but it just got away from me, man. The kids back in school, I can't get up in the morning and take my time.
And Madden.
John was making us feel like real shit, G. John was sending us fucking 17-mile bike rides at 7:30 in the morning.
But here's the thing, though. My Strava membership is like $60 a month, so I had to cancel it during the trial. So that's why y'all stopped getting those. I wasn't finna pay them $60. Yeah, $60 to track
$60.
What you gonna do out on biking shorts you got now, man? You know what I'm saying?
I was biking in basketball shorts. I'm a real one.
Thighs ain't popping like they was. Hoochie Daddy season gone. G gave the biking up.
It's not.
I mean,
it's 50 degrees.
Alex still getting chosen. He's still getting chosen. His Hoochie
I went mine to the gym now.
Oh, so you just a weirdo now.
What's so Nike makes these yoga shorts for men, bro.
Yoga. You go to the gym and yoga shorts ain't doing no yoga.
Whoa.
This nigga go to the gym to twerk.
Listen,
he go to the gym to look at himself in the mirror and twerk.
Nike makes men's yoga shorts, right? They like
stop calling them yoga shorts, bro.
That's what they call. They call Nike
compressions
for men, but they got the built-in compression underneath the shorts. So you ain't got to put on no drawers, bro. You just put the shorts on.
Whoa.
So you raw dogging the yoga shorts,
bro? That's what they made for.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I was expecting to see like some.
Shout out to Kenneth Davis. He put me on them shits. I had to grab like 4-5 pairs.
I was expecting. You can buy those at Walmart for like $9.88.
So you getting a short with the built-in drawers. So you getting like workout swim trunks?
Yeah.
No, they not like that. They like
definitely workout swim trunks.
Compression shorts.
Right, like how Jordan always wore the UNC compressions under.
Those were two different garments.
But no, it's Nike.
Boy, Michael Jordan, them shits was cotton underneath Jordan shorts.
He keep talking about Nike like Russell Athletics don't make the same shit at Walmart, nigga.
I ain't never checked for Russell at Walmart.
Go to Walmart and save yourself $80, nigga, on the shorts.
Hey, speaking of Jordan, though, y'all see how his son is dunking on Pippen? Man, it's been rough, man. The Mike Pippen relations has been rough, man. Yeah, Marcus Jordan is now fooling around with Larsa. Confirmed the dating, man.
Damn, Pip taking steady L's, bro.
Man, he can't buy a break,
chick, dog.
I don't know, man. I don't know. She got to be getting up there, man. But sir,
she got a college age son, so she not young.
Wasn't she messing with one of his teammates?
Is that violation though?
She was wrestling.
What a violation
for the homie's son to be messing.
I don't think they homies though. I don't. That's the whole thing. Yeah, see, I think Jordan thought they was homies, but then Pip started talking 48. A little spicy. Larson's 48? Man, she living her best life, man. She living her best life, ruining these young kids' lives one at a time.
Marcus got to be closing in on 30 at
he probably
he at least 32.
30 or 31, something like that.
Pip Jr. got to put hands on Marcus for this.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He's 31.
Yeah. I don't think it's only one way to respond to this. Pip Jr. got to definitely he got to run him a fair one.
How do she keep ending up in the media though? That's my question. Like
she doing this on purpose.
Seeks this shit out.
Why do we know she was with Future? Why do we know she's with Marcus Jordan? Like why do we know?
That's because she became more relevant when she started hanging out with Kim Kardashian.
I was going to say she a Kardashian acolyte.
Oh, okay.
So of course, like them, she call ahead and let them know, like, hey, I'm gonna be having dinner at XYZ. y'all should pull up, get a couple clicks, and then when you walk in with, and I promise you, nobody knew it was Marcus Jordan until like he's irrelevant, you know.
The one black staffer on TMZ recognized him.
fucking doof nugget, dirtbag beard and some glasses. Like, fuck out of here.
Tough, man.
Where did he play basketball? Tough, like Florida Atlantic or some shit?
Man, it's tough to be a basketball player if your pops is MJ.
University of Central Florida.
Marcus Jordan definitely should have been a badminton player. Like you can't hoop if your pops.
He could have played football.
No, Marcus had game. The other one was butt cheeks. The older one was butt cheeks. The one that
oldest one played at U of I.
Yeah, but that nigga played 2 minutes a game, nigga.
Listen,
at best.
That let you know Michael Jordan ain't shit, because I'm a LeBron this shit. My kids is definitely, whatever I got to pay for my kids to go to Duke or North Carolina, that's where they're going. My kids is not playing at Central Florida. Like, no, at all. Not at all. There won't be a Jordan playing at Central Florida. That would have been my stance. Nope, can't do it. Tarnishing me. Why the fuck don't his kids play at his alma mater?
Because UNC has actual hoopers. Yeah, what do you mean?
It was not good enough.
Nigga, I pay for y'all jerseys and sneakers, motherfucker. Like, my son is suiting up this year, period. Like, Michael Jordan couldn't throw that card on the table?
Probably not.
I guarantee you, Bronny will be a starter at Ohio State if Bron has any say-so in it. Y'all doubt that?
That's because Ohio State don't have the pedigree that UNC does.
I mean, if LeBron wanted to send his son anywhere and stepped his name on it, it's a good chance that nigga's gonna start.
I think they better basketball players, but you're probably right.
Michael Jordan just had his son out here assed out in Central Florida. Like, no.
I mean,
speaking of athletes, y'all want to touch this Brett Favre stuff, or we leaving that alone?
Hey, we could definitely,
Uncle Shannon.
Shit, the rest of the world leaving alone. Why can't we?
I think that's a problem, though. That's what I want to get into.
Y'all really okay? Let me ask this question. As we talk about this topic, y'all think the sports world should stop covering actual current athletes to cover Brett Favre?
Yeah, to show how much of a piece of shit he is.
Brett Favre is definitely a piece of shit. One of my favorite quarterbacks of all time.
No, he hasn't.
But he's been a piece of shit. He a nasty dude, man, and we got some nasty dudes to fucking talk about. Like, didn't he have some inappropriate shit with a reporter in New York when he was with the Jets?
Massage therapist?
He was sending sending dick pics.
Young Favre.
Speaking of Brett Favre,
do the shoot.
Speaking of
this guy.
You need a different segue than that,
yeah. Yo, I mean, I got a question, man. It's questions that niggas have that we can't ask. We
don't have no questions about dick pics, for the record.
But we got a young lady on the show, so I'm sure.
A young lady on the show, you know, and this may be towing the line, but I heard a recent interview. I think it was with Saweetie. I think she was on Angela Yee podcast.
Lip service, and they was talking about men shaving
their nether regions, and she said she don't like it because it make her feel like juvenile.
I would agree. I think that for men and women, hair is in.
Oh no, absolutely not.
That is people can't see my face, but my eyes is like
that
is inaccurate from
very inaccurate. For men and women, I just feel like, why would you want it to look like that? Especially me as a woman thinking about a man, like why you want to?
No, women should be scorched earth. I'm not gonna hold.
I'm gonna say this. I do watch some porn.
You don't say, nigga.
Here he go trying to take us down that rabbit hole.
But I think I watch enough porn to know the trends in women pubic maintenance.
Trends?
It's a trend, my nigga.
It's coming back though.
It's definitely coming back. It's definitely
coming back.
It's a lot
disgust.
Of models who don't shave completely bald no more. Whereas back in the day, that was like standard fare. But then back in like the 80s and the 90s, the chicks had bushes. So
are we talking about like, you know, like the landing strips? We talking about, you know, like back in the old days and the porn, the early days of porn, they just all had
our parents'
bushes.
porn.
Are we talking about Are we talking about bushes? Are we talking about a manicured?
Nah, they be like manicured.
Yeah.
Or like they had shaven, but it's been like a while since they got it like waxed or whatever, so they just letting it grow back. That's what it be looking like, bro.
Is Alex dying alone on this hill about
No, I would agree
about this
I think
trendy?
that's true. I feel like it's true.
This nigga living up to his name, freaky every week.
John just looks uncomfortable at this point, bro.
Look, man. If Shorty if she want to taper her pussy hair, that's on her, man. All right, it has nothing to do with me, man. I have no opinions on any of this.
Taper.
Do you have a preference?
My preference will remain off of this pod. That's what I'll say. On this topic, this will be the one few topic that I leave my preference.
You pleading the fifth, bro?
It does look juvenile though. It's just.
Well, call me Juve. Juve. Call me Juvie, because that shit sounds nah.
I mean, I'm talking about for a man. Like, just trim it. You don't got to cut it all off.
Trim it.
But not like trim it like a fade either. Like, it still need to be some length.
And that bitch.
It's not.
I mean,
you talking about flip the guards on that motherfucker?
I would go out on a limb, pause, and say
big pause, nigga. Out on a limb, fuck.
That say, you know, anybody that's doing that is doing it for the other person. Like,
then I feel like you should ask first what a person's preference is.
No.
Then just making the assumption that.
I can interject on that because
there he go. Come on, Alex.
You know, I'm married, so you know, me and my wife, we had them kind of conversations. So one time I did, you know, clean it up really, really low, and she was like, "Why you think I like that?" And I was like, "Damn, I thought."
That's the worst shit you can tell a motherfucker, bro.
Like, well, shit, I'll just be on wolf mode from now on. Then I'm trying to do something for you, so shit.
You thought you was being courteous,
right?
Like,
I mean,
she like, well, sometimes I do, but other times it ain't. You ain't got to, unless I'm one day. You ain't got to do all that. So I was like, shit, all right, cool. So I strictly keep it to like, if we finna travel.
We don't need to know how you rock your Johnson, bro.
Okay,
John, get us in the fucking show, man.
This is hygiene.
John,
we can't talk about hygiene on the podcast.
John, get us in the show, big dog.
Wait, hold on. Let me just say this. Because I am technically the only single person on here, I personally feel like it's important to have those conversations if you're dating somebody new before y'all even have sex. Just because, like, why not talk about your preferences that you want and that you like?
Wait a minute.
Why not just show up and that bitch would be like, surprise!
Wait a minute. So
that's
here
why
I'm dating
unsolicited dick pics. Right there.
I'm dating a woman.
That's what I'm working
Because
with.
then you gonna tell me, like, baby, you probably should trim that shit.
Getting ready to take it to the next level, and I'm like,
hey, just let me warn you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way that conversation.
Say it again.
Is your pussy shaved? There's no way that's gonna happen, man.
No. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, if y'all are talking on the phone and getting to know each other, if the topic of sex comes up, you should ask, like, do you prefer hair or no hair? Like, it's literally that simple of a question.
What if I prefer no hair? And damn, what you prefer? I don't gotta.
No, I mean, like,
my body.
I would ask that to a man. Like, I personally would ask a man, does he prefer hair or no hair on me? And then from there, I would move accordingly to what he likes. If he's somebody I want to have sex with.
But what if you liked it?
What if
like,
I like?
A lot of people need to understand that hair draws, you know, from a sanitation standpoint. You know, hair is giving you the ability to have smells and sweat and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't imagine putting a hairy ball in somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't be on the receiving end of that shit.
Nope, not at all. You know, scorch like, that motherfucker.
John is so uncomfortable.
All the tar, motherfucker. Put it there.
John is so I'll be honest. I've never seen a hairy ball. So
you crazy?
All the niggas who I've messed with, they at least shave that. I've never seen one before, so I don't know what that looks like.
All right, so like it's certain parts of the anatomy that we want to clean up.
You got to be careful, man.
Can't be hairy.
You got to be careful.
Well,
If you nick yourself, you're gonna be an
right. Can't
third,
you can have like flyaways on your balls, right? The little strands that just kind of.
It's a strategy, my G.
Hey, John, go ahead, get us in the show, big dog. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here because y'all niggas love to start the show with this shit, man.
It's a strategy.
Off the rails,
I'm over it. I'm over it. Can't even have a serious conversation after this.
Y'all niggas start talking about.
We just talking about body hair, bro. But you know, as y'all wish.
This I have to say this before I get us into the show. This started with a Raw Dog track jacket and it has spiraled into this point here, man. I just want you to know who's responsible for this pod spiral, all right?
I guess I'll take that one. I guess it was me, the albino stallion. All
right.
Check the stats, we winning. When we lost, we replenished. Started last, but we finished. I just need my percentage. Outer space is the limits. Lied when they said the sky. My life like Claude, taking risks. Need my piece of the pie. Check the stats, we winning. When we lost, we replenished. Started last, but we finished. I just need my percentage. Outer space is the limits. Lied when they said the sky. My life like Claude, taking risks. Need my piece of the pie.
Check the stats, we winning. Going hard since the beginning. I took off a minute, but now I'm back in it. Like work when your vacation finished. I cleaned up my image, I'm grinning, cause I ain't in debt no more. I was down, now I'm up like my credit score. Got a daughter, I gotta do better for. Let's get paid off these punchlines and metaphors. Taking the steps to be wealthy. Pop Global LLC. Went from a worker to owner, the system.
What's up, everybody? You are now tuned into A Cloud of Smoke, the podcast where we talk our shit. I'm one of your hosts, the big homie John, and I'm actually gonna throw it to our guest, Barbie Bree.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be back. Glad y'all asked me back. And I'm gonna pass it to my brother.
What up? What up? What up? Y'all already know it's Freaky Al back once again, ready to get it in. I wanted to go last, but I'm gonna just hijack the show once we done with the intros.
This nigga,
Cloud Butcher, talk to him.
Hey man, I ain't got shit to say. Like every other time, Alex throw the rock to me, G. I'm just gonna pass that motherfucker to Nate. Go ahead, talk to him, Nate.
Yeah, you guys probably think because of the beard, I'm pretty hairy.
Shit. This nigga still here, G? He's still here.
You probably think because of the beard that I'm really hairy, but I'm not. Shave.
Hey, it's from the movie The Other Guys, bro. Y'all wouldn't know.
No, we got you, G. I mean, you coming off like a real freaky man, Joe. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like
we talking about nude photos, and I just seen some nudes of the one and only. What do we call her? The appropriator?
You should have just let him hijack the show. You should have let him just hijack the show.
Miss Rachel Dolezal got an OnlyFans page, bro. So she went from being an educator to a perpetrator to now she flaunting her stuff on OnlyFans.
Who is Rachel Dolezal?
Rachel Dolezal is the white woman who was pretending to be black, and she got caught. She was I guess she was an administrator at a school. She was in some black
she was teaching like African American studies.
Wasn't she part of NAACP leadership as well?
Yeah, she was a chapter head, I believe, at some university. She got found out, and I guess it kind of ruined her academic career.
So she identified as black.
Yeah, she identified as
transracial.
And
transracial.
Now she on OnlyFans, bro.
Shit, she must have saw that the money was definitely greener on the other side.
I ain't gonna lie though, like
this nigga here.
Can I say it, Alex?
She not bad, bro.
Can I say it real quick? Can I say it? Just say yes.
Say yes, yes.
Which one of you gullible niggas believe this bitch that she was black?
Nobody.
Not me. Them yaki braids that she had in her head
she had
did
some
not fucking do it.
And she could pass off as black anyway. Hey, do she got a bush or not? What's up? What we doing, G?
I can't tell from the two pictures I seen, but she looked like she keep herself together. Like
Bushes is in.
Hey, Jock, you was taking us somewhere, Jock. Where we going, man?
Nah, G, we gonna stay here, G. We gonna stay here with Freaky.
Have y'all seen the pictures, bro?
Absolutely.
We don't want to see the pictures, bro.
Why would I ever?
Y'all need to go check them out, bro.
No, we don't.
Actually, yeah. Let's not, man.
I can think of at least 30 different people who are.
Alex gonna drop the link right here for all you freaky motherfuckers that want to see it. He gonna drop the link below.
I'm just gonna Google search it right now.
Like just cause you show up naked don't mean I need to see you naked
at all.
It's a lot of people who I gladly pass on seeing the nudes. She's one.
Rachel Dolezal's is one.
But you know who not though?
Neil Long.
I wasn't gonna say.
Hey, that's a married woman, man. What y'all mean?
She's not married. She's not married.
She's not engaged.
No,
she was engaged. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Those get called off every day.
They've been engaged for about 7 years too. They've been engaged for a minute.
Let me ask you this. If you engaged for 7 years, are you even engaged?
Nope.
That's
not
like
at
the
all.
Best of all worlds, right?
So hold on, they wasn't married?
Look.
No, engaged. So Brianna, if a man proposes to you and y'all don't consummate that marriage or jump that broom within 2 to 3 years, are you engaged?
Are
you still gonna tell all your homegirls you engaged?
I think it depends on the reason why y'all haven't gotten married yet. If it's
what's a valid reason?
All his life. That man's a basketball coach dedicated to his craft.
That nigga became a coach last year.
I'm talking about in general. If it's like a finances thing, then I think that's different. But other than that, I don't really think there's any other reason why. Because you could just go down to.
I'm just gonna say, if it's really love, you could just go to the courthouse and get the paper signed.
Yeah.
So if you are in love with someone and you've been engaged for 2-3 years and the wedding is not moving forward, you just gonna be like, fuck all the equity we've built because this man's not reaching this timeline of marriage.
Well, but it depends on who's the one that's holding it up, because it may not be the man. It might be the woman. Because typically a woman is the one that does most of the planning. So if it's not moving forward, I mean, is it really his fault? He did his part and he bought the ring. If he's hands-on with the wedding planning, but she hasn't really taken the step to set a date, find a location. You know what I'm
saying? Long ain't
like,
worked in 10 years.
All I'm gonna say is only wedding planning was that
simple.
I mean, because honestly, I don't know if y'all read, like she had just moved to Boston. They weren't even living in the same city. So to me,
who the fuck want to live in Boston?
I mean, I agree, but I'm just making a
city.
point. Like, if this is someone I have a child with and we're engaged, I'm going with you.
Can I answer y'all question?
Hey, for the record, Rachel ain't got no bush, bro.
Thanks, what? Man. Can I answer y'all question? Can I answer the question on why they ain't get married?
Why they ain't get married?
Because he wanted to fuck other bitches. Period.
Okay. So please bring us up to speed now. Can we because we keep talking about him and her. Let's bring the listeners up to speed as to what we're talking about.
All right. So Ime Udoka, the now suspended head coach of the Boston Celtics, he's had a couple of run-ins with the organization. He was suspended for inappropriate consensual relationships with work colleagues.
Ships with an S.
Hold on.
Hey, it was more than one?
Yes.
Run that back though.
Okay. So
how do you no, I heard you, but like, how do you identify something that's an inappropriate consensual relationship?
As a person who's in a leadership position within the organization, he should not be fraternizing in that way with subordinate employees, and even if they don't necessarily report to him, he still should not be dealing with employees within that organization.
Right.
Based on the fact that he's in a leadership role.
Right. I'm familiar with fraternization.
It's a conflict of interest, all kind of issues come out.
Well, it opens him up, right? I mean, he could. We've seen this in the past with other high-profile situations. If you are in that leadership position and you do fraternize in that way, maybe she didn't want to, maybe she felt like she had no other choice because of your role in that organization. And it just opens the company up to litigation and all types of other complications. So that's part of it. He also had a relationship with one of the VP's wife. That was an issue. Yep.
That's the issue.
I don't think that's the issue. I think that's one that the VP wanted to go public with this prior to when we found out about it. He also got saying that he got an employee, or there's some speculation that he got an employee pregnant.
Oh, this boy was wilding.
Yeah, that he made videos and images on company property in the locker room.
OnlyFans
how long he been with the team?
A year.
Yeah. He got the Boston and got to it. They said he has. He made advances at a female coworker. She's the one who blew the whistle. So he made advances at a coworker. She was uncomfortable. She alerted the organization. Yeah, so that's kind of how this whole thing came to light. Not the VP's wife. And then on top of that, there's a pending lawsuit against him related to this whole ordeal within the Boston Celtics organization. So he's been a busy man, and not just with X's and O's.
Let's not leave out the fact that he led the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals last year.
He's a hell of a basketball coach.
Let's give him some credit there too, man. But he's a nasty, nasty man. So, I mean, how do we feel about this, man? Twitter was on fire last week.
So I want to. Oh, go ahead.
I want to approach it from certain angles. Like, let's first approach it from the Ime Udoka slander and the Nia Long support. Like, I want to talk to that sense. Like, when the news came out, every woman in a relationship was pretty much ready to throw their relationship away based on the fact that if Nia Long can get cheated on, there was no hope for every woman in the world. And, you know, to me, that shit sounds fucking foolish, because most of these women been cheated on. Their mama was cheated on, sister cheated on, cousin cheated on. So what the fuck made Nia Long, because she done been in a couple movies and voted one of the most beautiful women in the world? Shit, a list of women that have been cheated on is Kim Kardashian, Oprah Winfrey. Only motherfucker that we don't know that's been cheated on is fucking, what's her name? What's Barack's wife?
Beyonce was also cheated on.
Beyonce was cheated. So what made Nia Long bulletproof in this in this conversation?
What about Viola Twitter, Davis? She been cheated on.
I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive the warrior queen.
The king,
hey,
queen,
just for 1 second, that's a dumbass title. Okay, a woman king is just the queen. It's dumbass title. But let's get back to what we're getting to. I did not know that they weren't living together until recently. They've been engaged for 7 years. Shit,
they have a 10-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
Look, man, if you don't live in the vicinity of your dude, shit might happen. All right.
Or vice versa. Let's not just put it on the man. Like, women be out here fucking around too.
Yeah, nobody knows what Nia Long is doing. And also,
she just ain't got caught.
Or maybe
she
nobody
just ain't
cares.
Talking about it, right?
Yeah, nobody cares. Like, at the end of the day, on my toxic chick, if Nia Long, then what is she, 50 years old?
Somewhere up in there.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just saying, man, she's a 50-year-old baddie that's never been married, man. Maybe she might be a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Might be a little bit crazy. I know. I see that look, Bree. You go ahead and speak your mind.
What you got to say, Bree?
I was just gonna say, like, I mean, okay, he cheated, but why he had to cheat with people he worked with? Like, why he had to do it in that organization?
Because he's
motherfuckers to cheat with.
No, he's dedicated to the job.
Does that matter at the end of the day, who you cheat with?
I would say yes in this case, yes, because now this man just lost his whole fucking career. Like,
I don't think he lost his career. I think
that nigga have a job tomorrow.
Lost his career in Boston.
So?
In Boston, we're positive. We positive that motherfucker's gonna have a job. Yes.
Let's level set. The Boston Celtics organization is suspending him,
not the NBA.
So if he was to lose his job today and they sever ties with him, he would have a job tomorrow.
Okay, so hold on. Because John read the statement, right? But then he listed, like, I'm going to say 4 relationships. But when you led into the statement, it said consensual relationships. So that means the VP wife was down, the assistant coach was down, the team staffer was down, and who else was it?
Now, I just want to say about the assistant coach. That was the first woman that we all saw, right?
Mm-hmm. That's the one who blew the whistle?
No, Brad Stevens and other people within the Celtics organization went out of their way to say that rumor was untrue. Yeah. So that woman was not involved with Ime Udoka in that way.
And like Feaster or something like
that.
Yeah,
so
she was black and young. They just tied
so people, I or maybe they coming for, I don't know, but they definitely went out of their way to
she
say that
show was banging.
Yeah, that portion of the rumor is false. You do with that what you will.
So who are the women then?
The only one that we've been confirmed is the VP of Finance's wife.
One of them looked like a little booger eating white chick. I ain't gonna lie to you. She was a little bit dusty. I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna hold you. She was a little dusty. Like if
ain't
that's,
even bagged the baddie from the team,
she looked a little bit dusty. Yeah, if it's the VP wife that I saw,
it is.
Yeah, he wild hundreds. You know, see,
hold on, look, man, put that picture in the chat, bro.
Nah, don't do that to Shorty. But what I will say is, this is why you don't bring your wife to work.
Hold tight. We got to come back. We got to circle back. Why does it matter who you cheat with? I'm talking to you, Bree.
It's just too messy. Like, if you gonna cheat with a stripper, somebody in the coffee shop. Like, why you gotta bring your work into this? Like, at least if you treat it with a random person, it's not gonna probably be as public. We can maybe work on it and keep it under wraps and don't nobody got to find out. But since you did it at work with multiple women, like, there's no coming back from that. Like, I would be too embarrassed. You've now embarrassed me and our son. Like, I'm not working shit out with you.
So you're speaking from the place of Nia Long or Brianna?
Yes. No, Nia Long. I'm speaking.
I was gonna say, didn't Mello cheat with a stripper? How'd that work out for Lala?
I mean, she gave a nigga a couple chances and then she eventually just said, F it, and now she don't.
I think he got a stripper pregnant or something like that.
Lala started going nude in movies and stuff too.
What is?
She got rid of him and she started living her best life.
All I'm saying, I'm with Nate on this. I don't really think it matters who. I think the reason why he cheated with a bunch of people within the organization is there's a time demand on a professional head coach, right? So he's got to be in and around that facility a lot of the time, and the people that are in proximity of that facility, they're the ones he's going to cheat with. That's who he has the best or the easiest opportunity with.
Buddy wife was delivering that nigga checks personally.
And
that's tough, man.
Rumor has it that they caught that the staffer or the VP, whoever it is, caught wind of a conversation that Ime and his old lady was having via like a Ring camera or something like that.
Yeah, the husband.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
he must have been dropping Shorty off at the crib.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So that ain't tough. This nigga 6'7", 240 pounds, nigga. You a motherfucking let me keep my comments to myself.
Your wife sitting on Dino's, bro. That's a tough thought to have. Like, I'm just thinking right now, like, damn, that
he ain't gonna leave her.
Yeah, he a fool for that.
He ain't gonna leave her
yet.
Fuck you talking about? He mad about it. He wanted to take it public. Hell yeah. You might as well eat this one.
That's probably why he wanted it to go public, to embarrass her, because he's not gonna divorce her.
In turn, he embarrassing himself though.
It's a lot of movement out there too, man. Because apparently, you know, the staffer who he had an alleged affair with. I know I'm saying alleged, but was responsible for helping move Nia and the kid out to Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like, they facilitated the move. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a mess, man. And
all that let me know is that nigga was putting in good work. Like, they rolled over one morning. He was like, "Hey, look, check it out. So my fiance and my son got to get out here. You want to handle that for me this week? Just knock that shit out. I'll see you this weekend. That ain't shit gonna change." That's how that conversation went, nigga. Like, and she got up and got on it. Hit the real estate broker. She hit Alex up, told the motherfucker they needed a flat, you know, in Boston, and they got it done, you know. Probably had a secret door in that motherfucker too, so she can get in and out. So, hey man, Ime, it's a whole mess, and I'm sure it's gonna be a lot more that comes out behind this. As of now, the Boston Celtics have suspended him for the entire season. Yep. Before we heard the full slate of the allegations, that seemed rather harsh. at this point, are we all in line with, you know, the suspension and are we putting him with good old D Watson? I mean,
I don't know if he's D Watson territory, and I'm not honestly good with the suspension. Just fire him. What are we doing?
A year though?
Not even he. Just fire him. You can't.
They want to retain his rights. They know if they fire him, he just going to the next spot.
I hope that what we're gonna find out is that this is a deal with Adam Silver to keep him from playing this year.
If it's a year suspension, I can guarantee you one thing: that this isn't the last that we've heard of the details of this story.
Oh yeah, it's got to be more.
It's a lot more messy. It's a lot deeper than what's on the surface at right now. And you know, in any of those rumors that you alluded to earlier, John, I bet have some kind of validity or some credence to them.
Did you see Matt Barnes? He had made a statement kind of saying it was ridiculous to suspend him for a year.
Came out early back in Ime. Came out early and
then walked it all back.
Immediately walked it back the next day.
But that was after word had got out that the nigga had fathered a love child. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said there were several other allegations that he had been.
But that was before the love child information came out. This nigga got a whole nother baby on the way.
And it's a lot of people close to the situation who ain't speaking on it, right? Obviously, for more reasons.
I feel some kind of way behind Boston. Not, you know, they were playing cover up for a good fucking 2 weeks with this shit. So I mean, their hands aren't clean with this. I know they're trying to walk away from it as if they're, you know, they're the ones that's being accosted. But
can we be real about this? If you're a fan of the Celtics, you don't care about any of this shit. You want to win a title.
None of that shit.
Right. So like that's why the organization is kind of in a compromised situation. He gives them their best chance to compete, and that's what their fans want. They don't care. He can do all the dirt he wants to in that organization.
Bill Clinton cheated in the White House and finished his term as president.
I don't think cheating is
facts.
I mean, we are talking about the most powerful man in the universe versus a basketball
coach. All right. So Bill Clinton, I know he got impeached, but he still finished his term.
I just want to say this: I don't think cheating, unless that's like interferes with your ability to do your job, in and of itself should get you fired or anything reprimanded in your career. For what?
I would assume
it's a personal matter.
He may get next from the wrong chick.
He made it a Celtics matter when he did.
No, that's what I said. So just the act of cheating in and of itself isn't something that should even be addressed at work, unless, of course, you're taking videos in the locker room, you banging chicks within the organization. Yeah. So that I think he crossed that line. But the act of cheating, man, that's between you and your wife.
I want to go back to what Jaffe asked to lead in. The knee-jerk reaction of the Negroes on Twitter. You know, I think that's just Black Twitter being Black Twitter, bro. Like, we gonna get our jokes off. We gonna get our funnies off. Had this news dropped the night we recorded the pod, we'd have been on here clowning this man, talking big shit based off a very limited amount of information. So that's kind of what happened on Twitter out the gate. Like, people just having fun with it. Now that we didn't got more information,
people still having fun with it.
It's a little bit more serious, but I mean, that's just what we do. We like to make light of situations. As fucked up as they are, we always try to find the funny in it. So
now I do want to ask y'all this. Stephen A brought up a good point. You have a policy about fraternization within the organization. Why is only the man being punished? Shouldn't the woman who also decided to violate that policy, who also decided to have multiple women, consensual relations with this man, shouldn't they also be facing some sort of punishment for the same thing?
Well, who holds the highest title and power?
What difference does that make?
It does, because then they can say that there was some coercion. Yeah.
Fam, I'm telling you right now,
there's fear of damn.
If I go to work tomorrow and I shoot dice on a piece of cardboard with my boss, we both getting fired. It's not going to be like, hey, he's higher than you, so you know what I'm saying, you don't deserve the punishment. That's not the way it works. A violation of company policy is a violation of company policy.
So I had a situation, and I'm gonna try to keep it brief. I've been working in leadership my whole career. There was another a male supervisor who actually got caught having intercourse in the company parking lot with a subordinate. They ended up firing him, and this woman ended up getting promoted several times into a leadership position because the company kind of was handcuffed because
promoted on her back.
she was able to go for promotions, and it was hard for them to turn her down because she could have quickly said that, you know, there was retaliation against her because of her prior relationship with that leadership person.
Was
she a trash manager?
Her way to the top.
She got fired for some other stuff that happened down the road.
So they righted the ship.
Yeah, so Brianna's over here championing this young lady.
I'm just playing,
and that brings me to.
I'm gonna go a step further because I don't work for this company no more. Shorty tried to shoot her shot at me. She was inappropriate.
You got her fired?
Yeah, I definitely got her fired.
You packed her up. Look at this dude, man.
She was wilding, and I didn't appreciate it. Officer she was freaky. Also trying to snake me behind my back.
P.O. freaky, nigga.
She was trying to shoot her shot and then snake me at the same time. So I think she was repeating her playbook from the past. She thought I was a simp, and I peeped game and I reported her ass. And there was witnesses to some of her advances. So because of her track record with this other leadership person,
she got packed up for sexual
she got fired.
Huh?
Exactly. Yep. She was out of there.
I'm
gonna bring the story full circle too. A few years later, my wife ordered a birthday cake from one of my daughters on referral. So I rode with her to go pick it up. And then when the woman came out the door to hand the cake to my wife, it ended up being the chick.
You threw the cake out, right?
Nah, she ain't know who he was. She ain't know who he was.
You know, it's some witchcraft out there where
my wife doesn't.
Women putting they
her last name to mine yet, so the order was under her name.
Women be out here putting they menstrual in food.
The cake was fire though. I ain't even gonna front.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
I'm sure it was. Look,
I stayed in the car, but like when she came out to hand her the cake, she looked at the car and she seen me, and it was like this awkward moment, and I just looked away, like, yeah.
Oh, you weren't so tough then, huh? You got Shorty packed up, and then you seen her in the free world.
It wasn't nothing to be tough about.
She's gonna put hands on Alex's ass.
I want she deserved, bro. I want to circle back to what y'all was talking about earlier, but
she was preying on the brothers because the guy that she got fired was black. She was trying to.
Oh, in that case, fuck her.
Oh yeah, fuck her.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Nate.
Was she black?
No, she was Latina. She was a Latina.
That's even worse.
Was she a flat booty Latina? Did she?
I wasn't checking for her like that, bro. I don't know what she. I know she was Hispanic, Latina, and she was not.
She probably had one of them SpongeBob bodies for sure.
Anywho, again,
block body.
Come on, man.
Can we circle back to the response? The response that I'm talking about is something I personally saw. I don't know if y'all seen it, the way a lot of people was trying to draw the parallel between this situation and then Jada Pinkett and the August Alsina situation from a couple years ago.
Not the same.
Why is it not?
Because they have an open marriage. They know.
Is that confirmed?
Yes. I don't think anyone else needs to. They haven't verbally said it, but they also haven't denied it. And
the response was more about the championing and how people are burying this man Ime, right? While they created a whole turn behind Jada's situation. Again, I'm not on one side of the fence or the other. I'm just saying I noticed the response. Yeah, that part. I noticed the response, and that's just gonna. I guess that's gonna kind of lead us into a different conversation. This whole men versus women conversation.
Hey, hold on, back up. I have a question. So wait, what are you saying? John. People were like champion Jada, is what you saying? Because that's not what I saw on the internet. That's not what I saw.
We're talking about women specifically. Champion.
I didn't see that from the people I follow on Twitter. Everybody was dragging her from what I saw. So
did y'all see
Jada was definitely getting dragged, bro?
Yeah, that's what I
ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't see them championing Jada, but I in other situations, women have been praised for cheating, or the response is definitely different than what it is when a man cheats.
Is it though?
It is.
It is. I mean, you saw how I just clapped for old girl.
Yeah, it is.
Because you ain't shit.
But when you say old boy was black and she was a Latina, that changed things around for me. So yeah.
All I'm gonna say is on Twitter, accountability and women, those two things don't mix. It's like oil and water, man. Women they don't want to be held accountable. Oh, please. On
Twitter or Black Twitter?
I'm gonna talk about Black Twitter. I don't even know about the rest of Twitter.
I disagree.
You think women are held accountable for their actions?
Women don't even want to pay their own bills, man. Like, stop it. They can't even pay for their own dinner. How you accountable and you can't even afford to feed yourself?
Whose fault is that though? Like, really though, whose fault is that?
Not ours.
What? Hold on. What are we discussing? I'm sorry.
She's already. You notice how Alex just talked
made
about.
The point talking about women don't want to pay their bills, but I'm saying, whose fault is that?
This is exactly what I'm talking
accountability.
About.
That's
accountability.
Yes. About. You don't even want to take accountability for the fact that women ain't shit and don't want to pay their own bills.
I didn't say that.
You just said whose fault is it? Like it's not their own. So you clearly
I'm
not
talking about women wanting to pay their own bills. We have been told and made to believe that a man is supposed to do those things.
Who told you that?
That's what society tells us.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, this is
what y'all tell each other.
No,
girl, that nigga need to pay your bill. That nigga need to buy you that Birkin. That nigga need to do this and like, no, stop it.
Listen,
that ain't society. That's y'all. That's y'all getting together and gassing each other the fuck up.
Listen,
to stupid ass outcomes.
Listen, and I excuse my language, but if I'm fucking, sucking, cooking, cleaning, and everything else and taking care of the kids, yes, you gonna pay these motherfucking bills because I'm taking care of this house. That's how I feel. I'm talking about a man and a woman who are together as partners. Now, if I'm dating you, I'm gonna take care of my damn self. I don't need no man to take care of me. But if we're married, absolutely.
Can I interject real quick?
No,
I just want to say this, right? Because like as a man who is also fucking and licking and putting shit together and doing all the shit that you don't do either, I could have the same response, correct?
I think to an extent, yes.
Right. So like we talked exactly right. So we talked about gender roles. So you can't say because you do one set of things that you deserve something, because again, you know, I could be the same kind of dude and be like, yo, man, hey, you see everything in this house, I done put it together. Every picture on the wall, I done hung. Right? You know what I'm saying? So pay my bills, fam. I'm fucking you good. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Pay my bills.
It's a two-way street.
How come I can't come to the table with that conversation?
Would you really come to the table with that conversation?
I personally wouldn't. No,
exactly.
Not
so
if a bird brain chick hit me with that bullshit you just said, yes, I would say the same in response.
What you were saying, John?
Well, I was just saying, go ahead. You can address Alex's question.
I'm just making the point of, if that's not who you are as a man, then why is that even a topic of conversation? And that's why I feel like this conversation as a whole, but between men and women, Black Twitter, Instagram, wherever else it happens, is tired.
Happens everywhere.
Same token though, I have a sister. I don't want her supporting no bum nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's not my business, and I'm not gonna ask her where her finances and stuff or how they operating. But I definitely would not want her taking care of some dude who ain't, you know what I'm saying, financially contributing, things like that, because I think that's bum activity. You know what I'm saying? So, and I would guess, Al, you would probably say the same thing. You don't want you taking care of no bum.
I don't. But what I will say is the three of us and Jaffe's in a serious relationship, so we all are running cohesive units with women that contribute. All the women barking that man need to take care of me shit are single. So there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why y'all single. It's because y'all have unrealistic expectations.
Don't say y'all, because
you self-proclaimed single like 5-10 minutes ago.
But you making this point,
and then you aligned your standards with.
No, I'm single because these niggas is out here toxic and unhealed. So I'm gonna stay away from that negativity until I meet somebody that's ready. That there's a difference.
To take care of you.
What does ready look like? When does a woman realize that, okay, this is what my contribution needs to be, and this man's level of contribution is adequate enough to where I'm ready?
They don't fucking know, bro. That's why.
Alex, you gotta let her answer it, nigga. We get it. We get to say our piece every week. We got somebody that can speak to us, so let her speak to it.
Okay, so prime example, and I have because I'm single. So I met a guy, super cool, great conversation. We could talk for hours about anything and everything. We were very similar in what we wanted out of our belief, like our belief system, our values, our future, as far as like kids and raising our kids and all that kind of stuff. Very, very similar. Great conversation, right? So he tells me that he had just got out of an 8-year relationship. It's been 8 months, but he's ready, to take, meet somebody and take things to the next level. So I'm like, okay, cool. Now this is all in the span of a week. We're talking, we plan our date, we go on our date, and at the end of the he don't drive. That was one of the things that was kind of like, but he don't drive. End of the day, he asked me to take him home. I said, okay, cool. Took him home. Come to find out, home was his baby mama house. That nigga wasn't ready. The nigga was not ready. And he's wait, let me finish. Wait, because it gets better. She is not answering the door. He only went over there because he thought she had another nigga over there. So I'm sitting in the car thinking it's this nigga's house, and he banging on her door trying to get in, like calling her and shit.
So he had you drive him to some bullshit.
Tragedy.
Big tragedy.
My point.
That's a tragedy.
Those are the type of instances, and that's the type of shit I'm running into when I'm meeting these men. So
but is them the type of niggas that you choosing?
No, I did not know he was like this. I found all that. He came off as a regular person, like he got 2 kids, he take care of his kids, he got his own business, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, he seemed like a cool dude. We the same age, we went to school together, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, he wasn't over his ex, which I was fine with. He actually picked up the phone and called me and said, you know what? I realized I'm not over my ex, and I think we should just, be cool. I was like, okay, fine. We be friends, be cool. I guess he took that literal and then started telling me all his business and talked too much. And I put 2 and 2 together and realized that was his baby mama house that he had me take him to. So when I said, and I immediately told him, like, you foul as fuck, don't contact me no more. And I blocked him. But that's my point. It's shit like that. When I say a nigga's not ready, you're not ready. You ain't even over your ex. Like, you're not healed. You're not ready. You may want these things and they sound good to say to somebody, but you're really not ready for what you're saying you want. And that is what I encounter with a lot of men. I am ready. I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to be intentional. I understand what relationships require, but I'm just meeting people that aren't ready to do that same work, that aren't ready to put in that same effort.
I think a lot of women, and again, I'm just speaking because I know some single women, that I think a lot of single women may not be ready as well, right? For other reasons, right? So you can say as a single woman or man or whoever, that you want this, you want that, you want, hey man, like you just did, you just did it in a sense, right? The conversation was great. And then you got to, he don't drive. You know what I'm saying? So like, if everything else was a check mark in the right box, and then he don't drive as a check in the wrong box, I mean, how big of a deal is that?
But it didn't discount him.
I'm not saying that.
I gave a nigga a ride home, what I thought was his home.
I'm just using that as an example, right? Because like what we do subconsciously is we try to qualify people, and then we start to disqualify them for meaningless shit at the end of the day. This nigga having a baby mama, you know what I'm saying, and some things that he wasn't over is definitely all the reasons to disqualify somebody. But we start to disqualify people for the wrong type of things, right? And a lot of it, to be honest, is superficial, right? Like we talked about body hair, right? You know what I'm saying? You might look at me crazy because shit, you know what I'm saying?
But didn't you also hear me say it's not a deal breaker?
I get it, but I'm just talking about superficial things that people who claim to be ready for certain things may not be ready for at the end of the day if you can't get over the superficial things that really don't matter, right? So like, just to get back to what we're talking about before, when you say who fault is it, there are some people, it's some dudes out there who have no problem tricking off on a woman, right? No problem whatsoever. Like, they will gladly buy you whatever you want just so they can spend time with you, right? Those dudes exist. I've never been and never would be one of them dudes, right? So it's really hard for me to make sense of that. But at the end of the day, when y'all talking about, just the disconnect between, men and women, it's at a deeper level, man. And like John, you was getting to the accountability.
Well, I mean,
not accountability. It's about do men hate women?
Men okay, first of all, don't say hate, because I don't think it's a matter of hating or loving. I think men very much love women when it comes to the physical. I think the issue is they don't necessarily like women as far as day to day. And some men, I'm not saying all men, some men don't like women as far as day to day. Like, if you can take a step back, like as a man, a single man, and look in your friend group, your friend circle, do you have any female friends? Do you get along with your female coworkers? What's your relationship like with your female family members, your aunts and your cousins, nieces, your nieces, and what I'm saying, like little sister? If you don't have good relationships with those women in your life, you have a problem with women, in my opinion. But you don't like women.
What attracts you to any relationship? A friendship, a relationship? Like, what is the attraction? So again,
relatability.
Exactly, right? So like that doesn't necessarily come with a gender attached to it, right?
No, it doesn't. But still, I have male friends that I've been friends with for a long time, and nothing sexual. If I can do that, a man should be able to do that with a woman. Because like I just said, you don't, like you said, you made the point that your gender does not have anything to do with relatability. So just because I don't relate to a man when it comes to sports doesn't mean that I can't relate to a man for something else. I like cars. I'll go to a car show. I'll go to a racetrack and watch some drag racing with a nigga. Don't just assume because I'm a woman that I don't get into certain shit. I'll go fishing with a nigga.
But it's not about that. With a nigga.
Like,
it's not about.
He brought up a woman watching football and going to a game and all that kind of stuff. Don't assume because I'm a woman that I don't want to do that. I may not want to do every manly thing with you, but there are some things that are maybe more so geared towards men that I do find an interest in. And I think that men just assume automatically that women don't find interest in those things without taking the time to actually get to know a woman and befriend a woman, which is why I said, what does your relationship look like with the other women in your life? Because if you're not even friends with those women, or you don't have any female friends, then how do you expect to date a woman and have a woman in your presence like that as far as a partner?
Bruh, I'm gonna be honest. I share a room with my wife. We share a bathroom. There's no way I'm sharing those things with no nigga, bro. Like, I know I'm not supposed to be saying nigga, but like, I feel like when men get on these little trips, like they can't stand females and all that shit. Like, is that the alternative, that you literally like committing your time and space and energy to another dude? Like, nah, bro. Like, it needs to be a woman. So yes, I do value my wife. I value women. I got daughters. I'm a girl dad. Like, I value them. Like, but it's definitely some cats out here that don't fool with chicks, bro. Like, only on a physical or sexual level, and everything else, they don't want to have nothing to do with no women. And it's definitely dudes out here like this.
I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I think it's all about your sample size too, though. Right? It's all about what you're exposed to. It's all about what you've encountered. Right? I've been blessed, you know what I'm saying, with the kind of women that I've been, encounter with, from a romantic, all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, my sample size is small. For somebody who's sampled it all, they may have, different interactions with different people that have curved their thought process on what the average woman, you know what I'm saying? Because again, your sample size may be small too, bro. You know what I'm saying? From what you enjoy, bro. But
all of our sample sizes are small.
Right.
And there's a lot of women out there. It's a lot of different walks of life that people come from. Every one of us has a small sample size. You know what I'm saying? It's the perspective you give to that sample size that will kind of shape how you feel about that situation. I don't know if hate is the right word. It's tough, man. If the relatability isn't there, if there is no, I guess, reciprocity from from either side, then that I think that's the real issue, right? If I think sometimes men get into this space where they feel like they do all of these extra things and their women doesn't match the energy in some of the more trivial aspects of a relationship.
I have something to say to what you just said, John. Just because you talked about relatability, I think that kind of goes into, you know, the part about men being vulnerable and venting, because a lot of times if guys would just open up to their woman in that sense, then maybe that will kind of allow some of that relatability and that be able to be on a friend level and actually like your partner in a different way and see them in a different way. So then maybe it's like, oh, okay, he don't hate me.
Think about all the reasons why a man wouldn't be vulnerable though. Think about like I want you to just really take a second and think about.
I mean, I know.
Think about how vulnerable men are viewed in the public eye.
I know.
I ain't gonna hold you though. I'm just gonna straight up call cap. If I were to open up about something emotionally traumatic, it's not gonna make my wife smoke cigars and listen to Kendrick Lamar with me.
That's a fact.
So I don't give a fuck. It's not gonna happen. All right. So that's never gonna be the case.
But she may become more emotionally available to you in the way that she thinks.
And she's still not gonna do none of the shit I would do with the bros.
But that's where the work come in. That's where y'all need to work.
I believe that if your spouse has interest in something, you should be able to find interest in that thing too, or something that they find interest in.
That's not necessary.
Like, it goes both ways.
How come we can't put people in their perspective boxes, right? Like my wife is my best friend, but like I would much rather go to a football game with these three gentlemen than I would with my wife, right? Now, and it has nothing to do with her enjoying it. Like she see my best friend. Like we have all the conversations in the world. We talk, we laugh, we giggle. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
I'm not saying everything. I'm not saying everything.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna be like, hey, yo, Joffy, let's go hit the movies, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
like,
so
I wouldn't do that with him.
Prime example, I love spin. I go to spin class 3 days a week, and I would do it more if I could. I love it. I would want my partner to do that with me. 3 days a week? No.
And he gonna be
once
like,
or twice a month.
Go yes. With your homegirl, shorty.
No.
Once or twice a month.
I'm about to jump on this 2K.
The point that I'm making is,
I feel like in the wrong ways.
I personally feel that if you are trying to grow closer and find different levels of intimacy and like friendship and stuff with your partner, then why not try to go do things with them that they are also interested in?
I'm glad they said 2K. So let's say you meet a dude, right? And he check all the boxes, but he like playing 2K. You gonna go load up some VC on your Xbox and build a My Player, and so y'all could be on the headset talking and get it in on 2K. So you spend time with him.
Low key, if he wanted me to do that, I would do that. I don't.
If my shorty load up VC, I know she cheating.
Yeah. If your shorty own 2K.
Yeah, if she knows what VC is.
I don't know what any of that shit means, but no, I'm making the point that I don't know what any of that means, but I'm making the point that, Alex, remember when we was kids and you would play the Tomb Raider game and I would read the little booklet,
the strategy guide,
and do all the shit. I would at least do that with my partner. I may not sit up and play the game with you, but I would try to find a way that I can interact with you while you do that. If that's something that you find joy in and you would like me to be a part of that, that's what I'm talking about. I enjoy spin. I would like my partner to be a part of that with me. So I would ask him, hey, you want to come with me to go work out? It ain't got to be all the time, but just sometimes. If he likes to go camping or hunting, every now and then I might go with the nigga. That doesn't mean I'm gonna do it all the time, but I'm at least show you that I find interest in this because you find interest in it as well.
So can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So why is it wrong when a man expresses that he wants to do something outside of y'all? You know,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Hold on, Bree. Hold on. I listened to y'all. Let me ask the question. So why is it okay? Why is it not okay? Why do y'all take it so personal? If I was to say, babe, it's Sunday, We went to church together. You know what I'm saying? We went out last night. I'm gonna sit in front of this TV for the next 8 hours and watch football. You know what I'm saying? Why is that so personal to y'all? Why does that feel like we're rejecting y'all? Because listen, we're wanting to do something that's gonna make us happy in the moment. No indictment on you. You know what I'm saying? It's what's gonna make me happy. And if you're all in on me, like you say you're all in on me, then you should understand that like this makes him happy. So I'm gonna respect the fact that this makes him happy. I'm gonna go find me some business. And it's not it's not him rejecting me because he wants to do this. It's just one of the things that makes him happy aside. Yes, ma'am. You can go.
It's that old saying that women hate hearing fun in the background type shit. Like that's what he's saying.
What it really comes down to is people's attachment styles and their security levels. That's ultimately what it comes down to.
But if I'm sitting on the couch in our house, that's a problem. If I'm playing 2K in our house, but because I'm not doing it with you, I'm enjoying myself apart from you, I'm wrong.
Yeah, a lot of women.
that's crazy. But that's an accountability level. Like why?
Well, what you just hear me say, it's a security level, it's attachment issue. I feel like a lot of this shit just goes back to people just needing therapy ultimately. But in any case, what it is women feel like, how you gonna have fun without me? Like I'm your fun. That's how a lot of women really do feel, like deep inside.
And that can be true on 90% of the time. 90%. My thing is, I can't sit up and talk to my girl about a parlay or my disappointment with not hitting the leg. Like I can call John and I can send a picture. I can send a picture to the group chat, and these niggas know my pain. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one of them ones.
You know what I think? I think it's an easy fix for that.
What's the fix?
Well, we all have kids, right? Mm-hmm. And we entertain them even when we don't want to, correct?
Okay.
Oh, that is such a nice picture. Oh, they did what in school today?
Why I want to phone and kick it with my wife, G?
And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to phone and kick it.
I just feel like that's the easy fix. Why not?
But hear me out. So I was making a point. Hear me out. So my thing is, I can spend 3 hours explaining to my wife why this parlay should have worked and why I'm so disappointed. She don't give a fuck about the fact that I missed my parlay.
Explain that anyway.
Well, I'm saying anything. I'm just saying anything. Like if I sat down in front of you and said, this is why 2K is so fucking phenomenal to me. This is why Madden is so phenomenal to me. You would be like, it would all go over your fucking head because it's not something that you're
can I ask you something?
Go for it.
Does she explain things to you that you don't give a fuck about?
My thing. So this is what you got to understand. But this
answer the question. Answer the question.
I'm about to.
Okay.
How much wine we had today? A little bit, just a little bit. So this is my thing. I'm gonna tell you this. As a man, we pay attention enough to where we don't have to fucking deal with the backlash. That's the level that I'm understanding. So when my girl telling me some shit that she's interested in, I take enough tidbits to where when she hit me with that shit again, I can regurgitate some shit that make it seem like, damn, that nigga was paying attention. He got it. If I told my girl some shit, XYZ, and I'm not talking about my girl per se, but if most men tell a woman some shit, if they don't give a fuck about it, that shit's gonna go in one ear, out the other. They don't give a fuck. And if I brought it back to them, they'd be like, oh, that's that thing you was talking about the other day. Yeah, that's crazy. And I know what that's crazy means. That means I don't give a fuck. But if she was to come to me with some shit like, remember I told you about Barbara, XYZ, this and that, I'm gonna be like, right, Barbara from the job, the bitch that bought the potluck shit, and because I retained enough information to make it seem like I give a fuck. Women really don't give a fuck when it comes to their man, because at the end of the day, it's their way or the fucking highway. The saying that y'all grew up with, like you said, social norms, is happy wife, happy life. It's never a husband saying, you know what I'm saying? We gotta fucking play the role to keep y'all fucking happy, because again, it's not okay for us to express our emotions. It's not okay for us to not be okay. When is it ever okay for the man in the relationship to be okay, to not be okay? Now, there are times where you cry with your significant other this and that, but they may sit with you, they may coddle you for a day or two, but then the expectation is, nigga, get it out your system today and tomorrow get back to whatever the fuck it is that you do. It's never a fucking let me go bury myself in my bed for a week. And, you know, it's never that.
As healthy as it is to do what you said, Bree, and by indulge your partner into some of the things that they like, it's just as healthy to allow them to separate into their own ideas and their own, you know, circles and things of that nature. Again, my wife loved to go out, smoke hookah, eat food, you know what I'm saying, go to these little bougie spots with
fine, go do that shit. Go take all the pictures in front of grass you want.
And sometimes like I just want to jump on 2K and just shoot the shit with my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to intersect at all points, right? You know, like we can still have our separate lives. And again, that's healthy to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because again, sometimes just jumping on here, chopping up with my homies, like keeps me sane, right? And you don't need to be a part of everything. And I think that's more of a woman thing than it is a male thing. Like, you know, at the end of the day, right? You know, where like they just feel like they have to be attached to everything that you're doing in one way or another. Not saying that you're from a controlling standpoint, but just like, you know, like I saw
a TikTok.
Go ahead.
I saw a TikTok maybe a couple months ago, and it cracked me up because it's fucking true. The guy was sitting on the couch. He was scrolling on his phone. His girl was scrolling on her phone. And then when she was done scrolling, it said, we done scrolling. Yeah, because at that point, when she done, like, it's fine when she got some shit to do.
My wife said that.
But when she done doing what she doing and she wants your attention, nigga, your shit's done, nigga. The focus goes here.
Talk about what you was getting ready to talk about, because Jaffa just hit on that. What you was.
I think it is a control standpoint. I really think that society reinforces this notion that women should be the center of your universe. If you get in, if you are with this woman, that she's the center of everything. And honestly, it's kind of nonsensical. I also want to say this too, because you did bring up this point, Brianna. I think Black people just discovered therapy, so we act like it's this magic wand. It's a lot of motherfuckers in therapy that's not getting no better.
I haven't just discovered it.
Now, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying Black.
We talk about Black folks in general.
We just started embracing this idea of therapy, and I keep hearing it. Niggas need therapy. People need therapy. I know a lot of people
need
therapy that ain't getting no better.
Therapy to me could just be jumping on 2K with my guys. Like therapy to me,
everybody in the world needs it.
This is therapeutic to me.
Exactly.
This right here.
I may not have to indulge a psychiatrist or a therapist in order to build myself.
Sometimes your guys got the answer, Sway.
You know,
sometimes they got the answer, Sway.
Like sometimes, like the therapy you need is separation, right? Like not from a, you know, obviously like a relationship separation, but you gotta have your own, man. You gotta have avenues to still be yourself. You know what I'm saying, and still pour into yourself. That way you have more to pour back into each other, right? Like again, if everything we do is
he giving us gospel right now.
If everything that we're doing is intersected and intertwined, then that doesn't allow me to be me and you to be you, you know what I'm saying, and still build ourselves up. Because again, I'm not the same person that I was at 18, right? So like if I didn't continue to grow as a person, as an individual, then what would I have to bring back to this relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead.
I want to interject here on the subject of therapy. I think I said it on the show before. Me and my wife are in, we go to therapy together once a week on Saturday mornings. We spend an hour, we talk to a therapist. Now, I want to agree with Nate, Joff, and John that there are multiple forms of therapy, and it's not always professional therapy. Right. But there are a lot of people who do need professional therapy as well. And I will advocate for professional therapy, because I will definitely say, me and my wife been together for 15 years. We only been married for 4, going on 5. I can honestly say the last, 6 months we've been talking to a therapist. I can see changes and our relationship for the better. Our communication's gotten better. My understanding has gotten better. I was in a safe space to be able to tell her that I don't understand her at all. And I was comfortable telling her that. And she was able to receive it. Now we're going to New York for my birthday this weekend. And this is like my trip, in my opinion, because I grew up there and I'm going to a Bears game, you know, all that kind of stuff. Well, she would hit me with she want to go to Broadway play. I don't give a fuck about no plays. Now, pre-therapy, I probably put my foot down and be like, we ain't going no fucking play because this is my trip. We going to New York because I want to go. And you going to do what the fuck I want to do while we there. Post-therapy, or, you know, just having that clarity and having that more understanding, I conceded my Saturday night so she could go see a Broadway play. And we're going to have a good ass time. I'm going to put on some nice clothes. I'm talking about. And I'm going to suck it up and I'm going to go sit through that play. The last time I went to a play with her, I dozed off and fell asleep. She asked me to not fall asleep on this one. So I'm going to try my best to not fall asleep on this shit. And the end result is going to be a good night at the end of the night. And I'm already knowing. So
even if you sleep for half of it, nigga?
What y'all going to see?
The Lion King.
Now, let me give you some Toxic John therapy.
Right? Come on. Listen, because you beat me to it. Go ahead.
Let me give you some Toxic John
therapy. The nigga
right?
just literally said he going to chuck it up, nigga. Like, I'm going to suck it up.
Now,
like,
now, my wife asked me to go to the stupid fucking apple orchard nonsense that we have been tricked into doing in society now in the Midwest.
Hey, nigga,
right?
them apple donuts is fire, my nigga.
They sell them shits at the store, all right? You ain't got to go.
They ain't the same,
that,
G. Them bitches ain't warm. With that, they don't come right out. They ain't warm at the store, nigga.
So look, what a nice glass of apple cider.
With a nice glass of cider.
To the apple orchard and partake in whatever these activities are, it will require me to miss college football. Right. And I am an avid gambler and I'm an avid football fan. Right. So I asked my wife, I said, if you want me to go to this apple orchard and give up something that I love doing to do something that I hate doing, then you need to come up with something that you hate doing that I love doing. And we need to reciprocate that energy in order for me to agree to go to whatever it is you're talking about.
On a different day.
Because it's Saturday or Sunday.
It's the day's day off.
Oh.
Yeah. Saturday or
John
Sunday.
fed, G. John fed. He got regular work hours.
Yeah. So I just kicked it back to her. You want me to make this sacrifice? Then I want you to make a similar sacrifice and show me it's real. Guess what?
But you gotta plan it though, because she planned the apple picking.
He ain't going apple picking.
For y'all to go do?
Do you know how many times like
she ain't find nothing for y'all to go do that you wanted to do?
Nah, G. You know how many times me and my wife sat in front of a TV watching a show that she wanted to watch, and I'm playing the game from my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like
they know the game. That's
I'm saying like it's just
but is that fair to him?
Then that's what I'm getting at. Like why would we want to engage our significant other in shit today that we know that they miserable in? You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the key.
I swear to God, like there be times I'll be watching the game on the TV and she'll come sit down next to me, and I know she don't want to indulge in this shit.
No parts
so
of
I hand her the remote, put it on my phone, and now we both can be in the world that we want to be in, right?
Man, let me tell y'all something I learned from being in therapy. Women want, what's the word? Spatial. They want to be in our space. Sometimes it don't matter what the fuck else going on around. They just want to be in our space. I don't know if they want to smell us or what, but they just want to be like close to us and know that we like in a proximity. So that's literally what it boils down to. Like she wants you to come watch the show. She really don't give a fuck if you're watching the show or not. She just wants you to be in the bedroom with her or be sitting on the couch next to her. And that's
Brianna, is that true?
Beat you in your spaces sometimes.
That's why I made the comment that I made about the spin class. You ain't gotta come with me all the time. Once a month is fine. So that's why to me, the fact that y'all are saying that sitting through something is miserable. It's like you're doing it one
For the record,
time.
You've never done spin class with testicles. It's definitely not happening. All right. So I can tell you that for like right now, once a month, Jesus Christ, that would be absolutely.
You ride a bike.
I'm not saying
about.
No, you got to see.
John got the special seat.
John got a motherfucking Commode seat.
He got the booty cheek and ball.
To the class.
My nuts are safe.
John,
you can bring your seat though. I be seeing
John is riding in comfort. Pause.
He got a little compartment that his nuts sit in. Pause.
He's riding
my
in
nuts
comfort.
are completely safe from any type of bike riding stress.
But no, you can bring your seat to where I go. You can bring it.
Miserable may not be the right word.
Yeah,
But I'm saying,
right,
like,
miserable is an
like,
overstep.
just unhappy. Like if you know
But
the
to
whole
me-
time we're gonna be at this apple orchard, I'm gonna be in my phone checking these scores, trying to like. What experience is that providing for you? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, in that case, that's different. I'm just speaking in general. And I didn't say it has to be a specific thing. I'm just saying find something because all of us are into a lot of different things. We not all like I might be a makeup artist, but makeup is not the only thing that I enjoy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
So that's the point that I'm making. Find something that your spouse
That's what I was saying.
Enjoys that you can also maybe slightly
but
enjoy
that's what I was
as
saying.
well and do it here and there.
It's a lot of things that we do together. I wouldn't even think about doing with Jaffe, John, and Alex, right? You know what I'm saying? Because like this is what me and my wife do. This is our thing, you know. Jaffe don't have to hit me on Friday nights. What am I doing on Friday nights, Jaffe?
Chipotle night,
it's
big
Chipotle
dog.
Night, man. It's Chipotle
with the
night.
fam bam.
It's Chipotle night. We on the family, like me and my wife found something to watch every Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't.
I mean, I like Chipotle.
Traditions, man. I like
I'm
it.
just saying, like,
it's a tradition.
Yeah,
That's our
family
thing.
tradition.
That's our thing. My wife know every Monday night. Hey Nate, what you doing? What time?
We
time
on the
y'all
pod.
doing? Right? Like we have our separate things, but we have our things that are together, right? And again, to me, that's what makes it a healthy experience is that we can come back together and have our moments together. And I don't want to take you away from anything that you enjoy doing. So at the end of the day, it's I don't even want you to have to compromise on my behalf. You know, if that makes sense, right? Of course, like at times I would want to bring you into my world, but like I got to think about the experience that you having.
Can I put a question?
Maybe the difference though. Go ahead, John.
No, go ahead, John.
I was gonna say I wouldn't, to be honest with you, even though I posed my wife with this scenario, right? I would never ask her to do something that I know she hates.
Exactly.
Right.
I want to build right on that. So
go ahead.
So let me ask you this, because this is what I feel. And this is truly what I feel. I feel like when you're the one that's always compromising, that's where resentment comes in. And that's when you need therapy, because at that point, you're fucking like dreading doing shit with this person because it feels like you're always doing what they want to do. So you begin to resent that person. And then when you begin to resent that person, you begin to lash out. You begin to fucking completely ignore the shit that they want to do. You just get to the point to where you just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do me, and whatever the fuck come from it. And then now you got to go to therapy, because at no point was there fucking, an opportunity where you was like, damn, I am suffocating him with everything that I want to do. I hate to always use Nate as an example. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Nate's wife pushes him to go visit his friends.
Oh yeah.
Get the fuck out the house. Go, like, you've been away from home too long. Go home. You know what I'm saying? Go find you something to do. When I see Kia on the gram, I see her fucking out with her homegirls doing what the fuck she do. I know that Alex and John travel apart from, you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, healthy relationships, they work because there is some compromise there, and they understand that just because this person isn't doing something with me 100% of the time, it's not an indictment on me. It's not taken away from their love of me. I think that's where people get so fucking confused. And I don't want to just put it on women, because some men are emotional that way too. I know guys who want to be in their woman's skin. I say that because my girl always tells me, like, you don't understand. I want to be in your skin. That's not her saying she want to be in my skin per se, but she want to be around me. Like you said, spatial. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that the term y'all use? She wants to be around, but at the same time, that can be suffocating, because if it's something that I'm fucking heavily invested in and I know that you're just there and just to be there, it kind of makes me feel obligated to acknowledge you while you're there. You get what I'm saying? If John's watching the Cowboys and his wife is sitting on the couch and he's in the game, but she's there, 9 times out of 10, he's going to ask her 5-6 times within that hour. I would hope so. John toxic ass, probably not. But I would hope
to watch the Cowboys with me.
She acknowledges that rule now, right? And I'm not saying a rule.
It's pretty much. I don't really watch the Cowboy games with anybody. It's just better that way.
Speaking of being miserable in a situation,
nah, she can't watch the Cowboys with me.
But y'all get what I'm saying, though.
Oh yeah, no, like I'll always indulge you, right? Like you don't need to dive head first into my world, but like nope. I appreciate you asking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's kind of what you was talking about, Bree. Like, you don't have to dive into the spin classes every week, but you know what I'm saying? If you just show interest in getting to know why I like what I'm doing, I think that's enough for me personally. You know,
I'm sure if he was to come home and be like, "You got spin class tonight, right?" Oh shit, you know, or if he picked your ass up one of them little John seats, you know what I'm saying? Just those little gestures is sometimes it's enough because it's showing that you fucking care.
I ain't going.
I'm not going.
Ask your big homie girlfriend to go with you, man. She might want to enjoy herself. Hey man, here go a seat. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't going, but you know, how was it? But hey man, they had a good session tonight. Got a good sweat in, cool man. You know, like. Indulge me, you know.
That's it.
That's all I need.
Man, I did the apple orchard 2 weekends ago, and
I wasn't. Did you get the donuts?
I had the donuts. My wife asked me to go. I was like, man, you know, I don't really like fooling with them apple orchards. So then she sent the kids on me, bruh. Then the girls asked me, and I couldn't tell them no. So then I was like, all right, cool. Y'all want me to go? I'll go. So then before we left that day, just like later on the week, she was like, hey, I need you to like be engaged, don't be on your phone and stuff. Just try to have a good time with us. I was like, you know what? She approached it the right way. I'm going to try to do that. So I went out there and I actually had a good time. I tried a bunch of different kind of apples. I thought all red apples was the same. I learned this like
get your Washington apple eating ass, boy.
I shot the apple cannon and was like hitting the target and shit. That shit was fun.
But that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna go see the Lion King and you're gonna enjoy yourself. Like
I hope.
No, like you are. Like it happens like that all the time. But like at the end of the day, you know, would she rather probably be there with anybody else? Absolutely not. But like, would she have a better time if she was there with like one of her homegirls who was just as interested in it as she was? Yes, but she wouldn't rather be there with anybody else other than you.
It's kind of good I was there though, because my daughter, she ran off in the corn maze and got lost. And long story short, I ended up finding her, but it was kind of a mess. It was kind of scary for a minute there. And I think without having, you know, the man and the calm and the, you know, just how we are in times of stress or distress, you know, I came through. I found the kids. Everything was cool. She was kind of frustrated, ready to go home. And I was like, no, we came out here for this fucking corn maze. So we're going to regroup.
You're going to get this corn maze today, mama. You're going to get this corn maze today, mama.
So it ended up working out. We had a good time. So, yeah.
Well, I think that's a good
apple shit. Especially
I think that's a good spot to leave off on, man. I think that's a positive note, man. There's been a real engaging conversation, man. We can have these conversations weeks on end, you know, and I'm sure we'll build on this next week. But let's go ahead, wrap it here, man. Like real quick mental check, man. How we feeling? How we good? How we rocking, man? We good? We good? Alex, where you at? Where you at? You still a 3 or 4?
No, I'm
energy this week.
3. Yeah, and I got the trip this weekend, so I'm excited. I'm gonna be 37 on Friday.
Level.
Yeah, I'm staring down the big 3.
This motherfucker can't keep talking about he's 30 no more. So didn't that motherfucker round down to 30, G?
Shit, man,
I still got 3 years.
Yeah, I'm closer to 30. You 40, nigga.
All right, Bree, where you at mentally, man? Where you at? We on a scale of 1 to 5, man. How you feeling?
I'd say I'm about a 4.
Strong 4. We love to hear. Big John?
Hey, I'm at a 6, man. My Cowboys won. Undefeated in fantasy this
on
week.
Cloud 9. Okay, this one. Hey, man. Fire sale last week. Nate, take it. What you got, man? What you got?
Man, fantasy football got me in a bad way right now, man. But all in all things considered, everything that's moving in my life, man. I'm a solid 4, man. 4.5. You know what I'm saying? We're about to celebrate my pop's 80th birthday in a week, man. So
that's what's
yeah,
man.
Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
What about you? What about you, my guy? I know you in your pathway right now, man. So how you feeling?
I mean, yeah, man, I got a lot of support around me, man. You know, the big homie checked in on me, the missus. You know, we did a balloon release for my OG. I had cake on my mom's birthday for the first time in about 7-8 years. So, you know, just doing new different things, finding a way to not grieve, but to celebrate. So, I mean, it was a tough weekend. I would say my energy all weekend was damn near at a 2. I was low, but today was, you know, it was definitely like a breath of fresh air. Then, you know, getting on here with you guys, you know, having my lady by my side. So I would say I'm at a solid 3 today. You know what I'm saying? It's still a tough week. You know, the 2nd of October is her death anniversary, which makes it tough. Birthday one weekend, death anniversary the next weekend. But you know, we getting through it. So, and I mean, I'm super, man. Like I'm no bad energy anymore. Like I was down for a good 48 hours, but I'm up. So I would say I'm a solid 3. And shit, this just might put me over to a 4, man. It was a real engaging conversation. I appreciate you dudes getting on here tonight. Bree, we appreciate you like always. Hey, you brought the energy today, girl. Whatever was in your motherfucking cup, pour half of that shit out next time.
Water.
Girl, you ain't never that high of water.
I gotta go work out in the morning.
She was locked in.
She had to be like Alex on camera. She couldn't zone off and eat greens and mac and cheese and shit.
And mac and cheese and yams and shit in the middle of July. Alex, on that note, man, get us out of here, bro.
Hey, Joff, if it's up, then it's stuck. Just remember that.
This nigga going to New York, he think he Cardi.
What?
Nah, Joff said it. He said his mood and energy is up. So I'm just telling him.
For the record, you'll never hear this again. But that Cardi and Glorilla song is fire. Go ahead.
Hey, on that note,
you'll never hear that from me again.
If Alex don't rap it, I'm gonna rap it. Rap it.
I don't know all the words yet.
But no, nigga, like rap the show, my nigga.
Holla, motherfucker, it's one word, nigga.
This nigga's gonna give you bars, nigga.
Listen, I promise you, it's in the roller. I ain't learned all the bars yet.
I know it after this weekend, though. That's a bet.
He gonna be twerking on the head like this weekend, G.
Man. Hey. On that note, holla.